Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, click that button and subscribe. Okay, on the menu today, we're going to make a fantastic mutton or lamb curry. Absolutely delicious. It's going to take a little while, but the result is fantastic. Let me run through some ingredients. At the back here, as you can see, I've got some lamb. You can use mutton or lamb, like a stewing type of lamb, or a kind of younger, which means it's lamb. Meat on the bone. I've got lots of bone in there, a little bit of fat. That's going to be quite essential. Onions, quite a lot, as you can see. Look at this. Compare the two there. I've got about 6 medium-sized onions there. Here I've got about half the quantity of chopped tomatoes. I've got some plain yogurt. That's about 200 grams of a plain yogurt. Fresh coriander, which is going to go in at the end. Fantastic. As will these green chilies. Again, I'm using about 4 or 5 chilies. Entirely up to you. In teaspoons, all of these are 1 teaspoon. Turmeric, salt, cumin, coriander, chili, and this is methi or fenugreek. This is fenugreek leaf. You can use a powder if you want, no problem. And then 2 teaspoons, this one, of garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix of fresh garlic and ginger, finely mixed together, that is. That's about it. We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna take a little while. We are going to use some oil to start it off with, some oil, and I think that's about it. I think we may. No, that's it. Let's go. Okay, let's get started. I've got some oil in here. I'm using a sunflower oil, and it looks like quite a lot. In fact, it is quite a lot of oil. I mean, much more than a normal curry, but it's quite essential for this dish. So I've got at least 1 centimetre of an oil there. We're going to start by adding our onions. And our garlic and ginger. Now the reason we've got these onions cut so small is we want to cook this for quite a long time. Like I said, it's not a quick dish, this one, but it's all going to be quite smooth and delicious. It's not going to be very chunky. They'll sort of cook down and disappear, hopefully. Right, so I'm on a kind of medium to high heat. Let's cook these onions for about 4 to 5 minutes. Back then. Here we go. As you can see, these are cooking really nicely. They change colour. Now it's time for us to drop in our lamb. Now the reason this takes so long is because we want this lamb to be really tender. So it's going to take us a good while to cook. But like I say, the result, it's really worth it. I mean, it's just really delicious. Okay, so again, we're going to cook this like this. Just for 5 or 6 minutes. Stir it every now and then. Then we'll add a few spices. Okay, this is coming on really well. Let's get some spices in there. Chili powder, 1 teaspoon. Coriander powder, 1 teaspoon. Turmeric, 1 teaspoon. Cumin powder, 1 teaspoon. Salt. I'm going to add a little bit now, like half. Maybe add a bit later. And then the fenugreek. Let's give this a nice little mix around. Now we'll add our tomatoes. Now we're going to cook this for about 10 to 12 minutes. Keep stirring it, give it a stir every couple of minutes. Those tomatoes will break down and it'll look slightly different when I come back. See you then. Okay, as you can see, this is cooked down really nicely. Those tomatoes have pretty much disappeared. It's looking and smelling amazing. Now let's lower the heat. Then I'm going to get in that yogurt, like 200 grams of a natural plain yogurt or curd. We're going to mix this in. In fact, what we've just done is the fast part. The long part starts now. Because on a low heat, we're going to cook this for about 40 minutes. As always, give it a stir every few minutes. Make sure it's not sticking at the bottom. And that is going to be amazing. So there we go, 40 minutes later. This is looking absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to drop in some green chilli. Add as many as you like. Some fresh coriander chopped. And I have just tasted this and I do need to add a little bit more salt, so I'm going back in there with some salt. Now still on a low heat. Let's just cook this just for another 5 minutes. And this absolutely wonderful, wonderful lamb is done. That meat's beautifully tender. That masala or gravy is very intense. And I'm really happy with it, and I hope you are too. Don't forget to check our other videos and subscribe to our channel. See you again soon. Bye.